Hey, what's up, guys? I hope everything's going okay for you, as best as it can right now in the midst of everything that's going on. And I just wanted to just to tell you I love you. I miss you. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are taking the precautions that have been set forth seriously. Just make sure that you stay well. Make sure that you're washing your hands the way you're supposed to, and things like that. Also, wanted to take an opportunity to just kind of give you guys a little bit of a message real quick, just so you guys still are getting fed the way you're supposed to be getting fed. And I just wanted to just kind of touch base with you a little bit. I mean, let me ask you this question: Can you imagine if every day had a do-over option? Even with the opportunity to try again, we would still be unable to eliminate every trial, every pain, and every hardship in our life, wouldn't we? But here's the thing: the difficult seasons of life have a purpose, and they help us go deeper in our relationship with God. We have we have hope in God, even in the tough times. Have you ever had just one of those days, one of those days that you kind of just you thought to yourself, "Wow, I should probably just go back to bed and do this day, start this day over again." Of course, you have. We all have. Each one of us go through some tough times. When you think about your life and the people you know, there's some difficulties and there's some difficult times that you and others have faced. Now, if you sum up all that pain and all that struggle in one emotion, what word would you choose? Hard. That's the word I would choose. I would wish that I could say that all these things that are hard that happen in life and the hurt that we've written here, you know, I wish I could say that it didn't exist. But that would be a lie, because life can be very hard. But the good news is that God is always with you. And for those of us who follow Christ, we have hope in God, even in those tough times. Paul wrote a huge chunk of the New Testament, and he had his fair share of tough times. In 2 Corinthians 11, verses 23 through 27, it says, "I have worked harder, been put in prison more often, been whipped times without number, and faced death again and again. 5 different times the Jewish leaders gave me 39 lashes. 3 times I was beaten with rods. Once I was stoned. 3 times I was shipwrecked. Once I spent a whole night and a day adrift at sea. I have traveled on many long journeys. I have faced danger from rivers and from robbers. I have faced danger from my own people, the Jews, as well as the Gentiles. I have faced danger in the cities, in the deserts, and on the seas. And I have faced danger from men who claim to be believers but are not. I have worked hard and long, enduring many sleepless nights. I have been hungry and thirsty and have often gone without food. I have shivered in the cold without enough clothing to keep me warm." It's a lot to deal with, don't you think? And so, how did Paul deal with all this? I'm going to let Paul tell you in his own words, because they're pretty inspiring. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 7 through 9 says this: "We now have this shining in our hearts, but we ourselves are like fragile clay jars containing this great treasure. This makes it clear that our great power is from God, not ourselves. We are pressed on every side by troubles, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed." See, Paul, he doesn't diminish or discount the pain. He felt it. Yet it's the "but not" part of his words that I want you to focus on. Listen again to his words. "We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not abandoned. Struck down, but not destroyed." Life is hard. Our world and the people in it can be cruel. And I think Paul reminds us with his image of a jar of clay that life can really be hard, but it can sometimes leave us feeling depressed, alone, confused, uncertain. But with Christ, we are never destroyed. We are never in despair. We are never abandoned. We're never alone. Why? Because of what we hold in these jars of clay. It's a treasure that will not be destroyed. The treasure of Christ living in us gives us life. See, with Jesus, you are never alone. Paul could face anything because he knew that Jesus was with him and within him. The same thing goes for you and me. When we have Jesus within us, we can face any situation, any issue that comes at us with the confidence and the courage that David had when he faced Goliath. Because the same God that was with David on that field of battle is the same exact God that is with us now. He will not forsake us, abandon us, or withdraw from us. And when we face the giants in our lives, when we are weak, he is strong. Guys, I don't know what tomorrow holds for us or what lies in the coming days and weeks, but I do know that God will be with us. And in that knowledge, we can find our comfort and strength. I pray that you guys will continue to be well, continue to strive to be the people that you are. I love you. I miss you. Rise. And I can't wait for all this to pass so that we can get back together again and have some youth group. Love you guys.